When you're launching a new business, the choice of celebrity ambassador can make or break it. So who is the famous Aussie linked to a new sex worker website? Here to help us get to the bottom of it is Up Late host Ben Harvey. We can't really say this person is going to be the face of this new website, can we?
No, he's found a crack in the media campaign and he's got himself in there.
So who is it?
It's Warwick Capper.
Warwick Capper.
Now, there's a blast from the past, isn't there? Warwick Capper, the whiz.
I don't know who would use Warwick Capper to promote anything these days, but he is being sort of roped in some way to promote langtrees.com, which is an online directory for sex workers.
That's
Is that
correct? That's correct. So Langtrees is the brothel that was started by brothel royalty in Australia, Marianne Kenworthy, about 40 years ago in Perth.
Interviewed her a couple of times.
And then expanded to Darwin and Canberra and Kalgoorlie in the goldfields in Western Australia. And she is now going online with her new online langtrees.com.au, no, just .com website, where she is basically going to empower the world's sex workers to give them a cheap, affordable platform to advertise their services, which she says was something never afforded to her when she was growing up as a brothel madam. Mm-hmm. She said they got gouged every which way when they were advertising in newspapers and magazines, and she thought it was prejudice, and she is 25 years later going to rectify that problem.
Yeah, well, it's a noble cause. And so how did Warwick Capper get involved?
Well, 24 years ago, we're told, Warwick Capper and Mark Jacko Jackson had wandered into Kalgoorlie. I mean, anytime you start a story saying Warwick Capper and Mark Jacko Jackson wandered into Kalgoorlie.
They had a touring show at one point, didn't they?
Yeah. Literally dozens of people watched them. They were in Kalgoorlie and they happened to chance upon Marianne Kenworthy's freshly renovated brothel on Hay Street.
Yep.
And Marianne says that whenever Mark was in town, he would drop in. No judgment. And Mark took Warwick with him. And Marianne says, and I quote, "Wouldn't it be wonderful to make a cast of that arse before it disappears and you get older?" to Warwick. And Warwick said, "Absolutely, let's do it." And that's how Warwick Capper ended up face down on a massage table in a brothel, probably for the first time in his life. And he had a bunch of women who were pouring plaster of Paris over his buttocks so that it could be immortalised in years to come. According to Marianne Kenworthy, who, let's face it, has seen more than her fair share of buns bouncing down the hallway, it is the best arse in Australia, and it probably would still be today.
And so what is happening with this cast?
She is using it as a promotional tool, if pardon the pun, to promote the actual langtrees.com website. Yeah, wow. So she was on the weekend on Warwick's podcast.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's called T-Wiz.
Look it up wherever you get your podcasts.
And just talking about life back in the day. Yeah. And she reminisced about this moment 24 years ago when Warwick was doing a thing. Apparently, Warwick has what they girls in the industry call a shower, not a grower.
Well, there's something I wasn't expecting to have on the show.
And we can Google that one as well.
And now, look, just to play devil's advocate here for a moment, this is all well and good, but surely something as pivotal in Australian history as Warwick Capper's derriere, which in those footy shorts is iconic.
Yes.
Surely the cast of said buttocks belongs in a museum.
Well, I was going to say the National Gallery something like that. Look, someone may bid for it. I think that she is putting it up for auction. I'm not entirely sure. It may take pride of place in some Langtrees brothel, and she'll just decide she doesn't need the money because Marianne Kenworthy is not short of a quid, believe me.
Yeah, well, there you go, folks. That is an incredible revelation that Up Late host Ben Harvey has brought to us today. Thanks, Harves.